Guys, I'm coming in hot today.
Oh, Glenn coming in hot.
And it's not about slurping and mouth noises.
Okay.
I had a crazy, crazy day. A night and day, Friday night and Saturday. The kind of thing that sent me into a rage. Because it was...
You were in a rage.
I was in a rage. But then something happened at a certain point where I just surrendered to the situation. And then all sorts of life lessons crept in over the course of the time that I was going through this ordeal. Okay, so here's what happened. So earlier in the day on Friday, my key fob on my car, so I drive a Tesla. I drive a Tesla Model X. Okay, the key fob stopped working on my car. Okay, that's okay. You can use the app on your phone to drive your car. Okay, so I was like, okay, that's a good fail safe. That works. So I'm driving around. It's all good. I go to pick up my buddy Nick Wexler because we're going to a screening at the DGA of a friend's new show that he's made. So we go to the DGA. I park.
The DGA is the Directors Guild.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Directors Guild of America. Yeah. And sometimes they do screenings and things like this. So we went to a screening. I park in the bottom floor of the parking garage. You can probably already see where I'm going with this. Now, in order for the app on the phone to work, you need to have internet connection on your phone and the car. The phone does not speak directly to the car. Now, I can Bluetooth music from the phone to the car, but I can't control the car through the Bluetooth. So we get down to the car and my key fob is not working and I can't connect to the internet. And I'm like, okay, there's got to be a solution to this, but this is wild. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. And I was like, maybe I just need to go get a new battery for the key fob. So I went to get a new battery. So we walk over to the Rite Aid, get a new battery for the key fob. But I was like, but there's supposed to be an indicator that says you've got low battery. So anyway, put a new battery in, still didn't work. Couldn't figure out how to get my car out of there. Was like, I guess I'll just Uber home. So I just Ubered home, left the car there, told security, I was like, I put a note on my car, please don't tow my car. I go back to DGA that morning as early as possible. The second I arrive, the whole building is taped off as if there was a bomb threat or something. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like at every step of the way throughout this whole story, every single thing that could go wrong went wrong. Nobody would tell me what was going on. Finally, I got the supervisor's attention. He got the security guard. I was able to go in. Turns out they were just doing construction on the roof. Okay, all good. Oh, sorry. I figured out a way the night before that there is a way you can get in the car without the battery on the key fob working using the chip. You can put it on a certain place in the car and the door will open. Then once you get inside, you can put it on a certain place inside and the car will start. It's like, oh, that's a good fail safe. So if your fob's not working and you don't have access to the internet, there is a way to open the car and to start it. Because I couldn't even open the car the night before. So I did the thing, car door opened. I'm like, oh, yes, okay, sweet. Put the thing where it's supposed to go to start the car, wouldn't start. Moving around, tried this for about 20 minutes, wouldn't start. I was like, this is unbelievable. So I was like, okay, fine.
Take us there, though. Take us there at that moment. when you did that, can you reenact that moment? I just want to see, I want to feel it. I want to, because you screamed.
I screamed.
Yeah. I can imagine this moment.
Yeah.
I can imagine this moment when the key fob got to the moment and you looked and it didn't start. Can you take us there?
Was your car also the only one now in the parking lot? So
yeah, so he's alone.
It was a Saturday. It was a Saturday, so the whole parking garage was like completely empty. Also, by the way, I can't be on the phone with Tesla troubleshooting because I don't have reception in the garage.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that. Do
you remember what you screamed? Was it just fuck?
Yeah, that's what it
guttural.
Is.
Okay, yeah.
Just a big like fuck. Just like, and then once I got that out, I was like, okay. So then I'm trying all these different spots to try to get it to work. Can't get it to work. I'm like, this is unfucking believable. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put the car in tow mode. I'm just gonna go call AAA and now that I know I can get in the car, I know I can put it in tow mode. So I'll go call AAA. Call AAA. They're like, what is the clearance of the parking garage? And I was like, I don't know. And I asked the security guard, he's like 6.5 feet. And he was like, oof, that's really low. We only have a few trucks that can do that. Let me see what we can do, right? So they did actually find one that was low enough that they could dispatch out and get out there. So I go down to the garage to put the car in tow mode. The car won't go in tow mode. The screen works. Everything works. I'm doing everything right. The car's in park. It says your car has to be in park. You got to have your foot on the brake for the car to go in tow mode, but it's grayed out. No matter what I do, it's grayed out. I can't.
I don't want to derail the story, but like,
no, please do.
Fucking keys, man. Like,
keys.
Yeah,
what was wrong with the key? It was a great system. You put it in the thing and you turned it, and then the car went. And like,
well, my wife's got a key fob, right? She operates everything with the key fob. But if all else fails, there's a little key that slides out of the fob that you can use to open the door.
There you go.
And you can pull off the start-stop button.
Sure.
And there's a key thing behind it.
I one time put the TV on my house on like an app on my phone. And then, you know, like the Wi-Fi would go off on your phone and then you couldn't control the TV and it was just a fiasco, right? And then I had the guy come to the house to be like, hey, can we get this off the phone? And I just want to go back to a remote. I can hold my hand. And the guy's like, sure. He's like, you know, if you want, I could actually put all the lights on your house on an app on your phone. And I was like, he's like, for $9 million or whatever. Yeah, I'm like, first of all, man, that would be my version of a nightmare. I love that. There's a switch on the wall. I push it down, the light goes on. I push it down, the light goes off. There's a little dimmer. That's about as fancy as I want to get with the light switch.
Yeah. You're 100% right, by the way, because I didn't do that in my house, and I wish I did.
Yeah, there's certain things that we just don't need to improve upon.
Yeah.
Light switches, keys.
Well, those are time tested. Thousands of years those have worked.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, no, sometimes analog really is better.
So listener and creep, you don't want to be rich. You don't want to be rich. It's not that great as we can
That's
see.
exactly
It's better to just have your Ford Taurus with the, don't worry about what glass.
Well, no, even that, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just the cheapest economy car they're probably making still probably doesn't have a key and a turn. Everything's like a button now.
Yeah, but most cars have a backup key in the fob or whatever. Like there's some, and their backup system is it just reads the chip. Well, what happens when the fob malfunctions? Because when I tell you everything went wrong, I mean everything went wrong. I got a new battery for the fob and it didn't work. Then I discovered it's not really the battery. There's something wrong. Like the fob's not talking to the car. So now there's literally no way for me to get my car out of there. So I'm like, I got to tow it. Car won't go in tow mode. I'm going to ruin
At one point, did you I'm realizing I have my key, my fob here. At one point, were you screaming at the fob?
No, I didn't scream at the fob.
Are you sure? Because
sure.
I think I would. I think
Rob, if we were writing,
you would berate the fob
for Dennis, the rants would be really great. It would be probably insufferable.
Let's do that. Let's not even talk about it. Let's do an episode where Dennis gets a new car.
Yes.
An electric car. Yeah. We're doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
this being like the totem for the car and having a relationship with this is really fun.
Do a whole
really
episode
funny.
with just me stuck in a parking garage yelling at a key fob.
As you were just screaming insufferable and trying to say technology but not being able to get through the word technology.
Yeah.
Back to insufferable. like insufferable insufferable. Like that would be a good Dennis.
This would be something that you write because this is your specialty.
Insufferable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is what happened. I mean, technology completely and totally failed me. And then Tesla roadside failed me. And then Tesla vehicle support failed me. I was on the phone with these people from 9:30 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night.
What?
Trying to figure this out. I probably spoke to 12 people over at Tesla. Everybody from roadside would then be like, well, we can't. And then they would send me to vehicle support. Then they would send me to roadside. And I would go back and forth and back and forth.
They can just send you a guy with a charged up fob to.
Nope. That's not a thing.
Oh, man.
That's what I said. That's what I said to. Finally, by the way, I also had a very difficult time getting through to any of these people. So finally I called sales. And I was like, this motherfucker.
I hear you, but you are not getting through to me.
Right. But I was like, you know who is going to pick up the phone? Someone in sales. And I was exactly right. That's exactly what happened. Within 2 minutes, I was on the phone with somebody from sales, lacing into this guy. And I was like, you guys lost a customer today. I've been a Tesla customer for 10 years. You lost a customer today. This is fucked up. And I was like, I don't mean to berate you. I know it's not your fault, but you guys have got to fix this because this is crazy. I can't get my car out of a parking garage. And the technicians that I was speaking to on the phone, I would get through the whole explanation. They would troubleshoot with me. I'd be like, tried it. We would get to the end of the call and they'd go, well, I guess there's nothing we can do. And I'd be like, what do you mean there's nothing you can do?
Sir, you chose to park your car in a garage.
I'll say I caught you at a moment of zen, though, because I spoke to you midday Saturday.
Yeah, I got to a real happy place, and I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I got to an amazing, amazing place. I really did.
He was telling me the story. He was laughing as he was telling me the story.
Wow.
And this was, by the way, probably 5 hours in. My car had been stuck there since the night before. What time did we talk around?
Midday.
Maybe like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, right? So I'd been in this building building, like basically I'm friends with everybody in security. All the construction guys outside are buddies of mine.
They're all laughing at you. They're the other buds of mine.
Well, you know,
This fucking dickhead.
No. Actually, one of the guys, his name was Eddie. I remember him. He was one of the construction guys, and he had a Model 3. So he had a Tesla, and he was like, "Let me help you figure this out." By the way, this is one of the things that got me to a very zen place. Technology completely failed me, okay? But humanity completely saved me. To a person, almost every single person that I encountered, I wasn't even asking for their help. I was just asking for their patience. I was like, I've got to get this car out. I know that it's in a tow-away spot, whatever. Like, just everybody was so nice, so helpful, so kind, so accommodating. It was, I didn't know people were still like that.
What's the resolution?
Okay,
I mean,
so
what
the
happened?
resolution of
As
this
far as we
story-
know, the car is still there.
I abandoned it again. I went home again. Now, this car is completely across town from where I live, right? So that's the other thing too, is I would call people from Tesla from my house and they'd be like, "Are you with the car now?" And I'd be like, "Nope." Well, it's gonna be hard to troubleshoot with you not near the car. And I'm like,
I can't wait
I'm
to
gonna
write
kill
this episode.
somebody. I gotta kill someone. It's not you because I don't know how to get to you. Someone's gonna die today if you can't help me figure this out.
So humanity is beautiful, but you also want to kind of snuff it out.
Yeah.
I'll snuff a little bit of it out.
Finally, I spoke to a woman who said, "I do know a tow truck company that has a tow truck that's low enough to get in that garage, and he can jack it up, put your wheels onto wheels, not on a flatbed. But there's this is like bar that they put under it. It was so your wheels are actually sitting on the bar, and now there's wheels, and that is eventually what happened at 9:30 at night. I'd been there from 9:30 in the morning, basically till 9:30 at night, with a little break in between where I went home. I didn't eat a meal the entire fucking day, by the way. I was
You were fasting.
I was fasting.
You may be Siddhartha. You may be the Buddha.
Yeah.
You may have just gone through a
I'm Siddhartha
transformation.
Gautama.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, it was enlightening, and yeah, eventually I did get the car towed out of there. Was able to use the app. The fob still doesn't work. I told my son yesterday, we were driving around, I was like, "Please don't let me park in a parking garage, because that is absolutely something I would do."
Oh no.
Absolutely, without a doubt, 100%. I am the type of person that would completely forget. Like, the second that all was behind me, I was like, "Oh, my car, where?" I was so grateful that I could absolutely see myself going underground in a parking garage and being like, "Oh my God."
Well, that
I
should
did
be
it
an
again.
option. You know, like
Yeah.
parking in a parking garage should be an option.
I got to
for
get the
all
fob
vehicles.
fixed. I got to get the
You
fob
gotta get the
fixed.
fob fixed.
Yeah, I got to get the fob fixed.